So filmmaker Michael Moore was actually one of the few people to predict a Trump win over Hillary Clinton. And it's because he's from Michigan and he knows these people. He knows white working class voters and understood that there was a good chance that they would turn to Trump in lieu of being able to vote for someone like Bernie Sanders. So I generally agree with his commentary. Since the election, he's been discussing how progressives need to take over the Democratic Party and really push an economic message through the party. And I agree with that. But there's one comment that he keeps bringing up in a lot of his interviews that I think is a little ridiculous. So let's watch the video.
Frankly, Democrats would be better off if they ran Oprah or Tom Hanks. Or why don't we run beloved people?
So Michael Moore thinks that Democrats need to run someone like Oprah or Tom Hanks, and that would give them a better chance in an election. I think that is a ridiculous idea, and it undercuts what he's been saying the issue was with Hillary Clinton, which is she's an elite. She goes to these cocktail parties. She's not one with the people. And not to say Trump is, but Trump spoke to an economic message that a lot of people felt and knew that he was an outsider in the system. And while Oprah and Tom Hanks are, I guess, outsiders, they're still insiders in terms of being part of the Hollywood elite. And the Hollywood elite and the political elite sort of go hand in hand. And it's not, Oprah and Tom Hanks are not two people that will excite independents, definitely not Republicans, and I don't even think it will excite most Democrats. Democrats want somebody who can speak to their struggles and what they're going through and have solutions for those issues. Michael Moore would have a better argument if his example was Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart being somebody who has stood up for issues such as veterans issues and understands how politics works, and simply he understands what working people go through because he dealt with politics and discussing politics his entire career. But Oprah and Tom Hanks are not good choices. Now there's more to this video, so let's go to that.
Well, I mean, we have so many of them. The Republicans do this. They run Reagan and the Terminator and other people. Why don't we run somebody that the American people love?
So Moore's reasoning here is that Republicans ran Reagan and they ran Arnold Schwarzenegger. The problem is Democrats have tried this before. They ran comedian Al Franken in 2008 for Senate. And he did end up winning, but only after a recount, and he only won by 312 votes. I think there is a real distinction between Republican voters and Democrat voters. Democrats really want to hear what the issues are. Not to say that Republicans don't. They do, but Reagan was at least in politics before he ran for president. You have to be clear that you can't just simply put up Oprah and put up Tom Hanks and expect to win. That isn't what's going to work. What's going to work is being able to speak to an economic message. And Michael Moore knows this, which is why I find it such a weird comment for him to make, for him to think that these would be good candidates. If he took a second to actually think that through, he knows that they would be terrible candidates. So there just needs to be some clarity here around what he's trying to do. It's important that progressives get into the party and take over the Democratic Party. But what we don't need is another celebrity to lead the party. And that includes even someone like Michelle Obama, who sure may be an okay candidate, but again, that is more the same. That is somebody who attends these cocktail parties, who is part of the political elite. And remember, Trump did not win the election because he's a celebrity. He won because he spoke to an economic anxiety. Even though he didn't have real solutions for those problems, he was able to separate himself from the political elite and in turn be a sort of symbol to blow up the system that has hurt these people for so long.